what's good? Y'all, your boy Jay back at it again, and today we got Pointless School Rules by Ryoda. You already know what the deal is. Subscribe to my socials, follow me on Jay's here and Jay's there. Without further ado, let's get started.
This year, the genius lawmakers in Texas had the brilliant idea to completely...
Yeah, they banned phones. Like on one hand, I see where they're coming from, right? Because yes, some people get very distracted by their phones and cellular devices. They don't know how to like concentrate, and you know their attention span is cooked. But at the same time, it's like not having phones makes so many things in school more difficult, right? Because you know, like if you know what I'm saying, like a lot of y'all probably use Canvas, right? Teachers use Canvas and they want you to submit your assignments during Canvas. However, when you can't use your phones at school, it's way harder to, you know what I'm saying, use calculators, way harder to take screenshots of important information. It's way harder to get, you know what I'm saying, what you need and when you need it. Like, it's just way more difficult to do that.
Ban phones in school. Of all the useless rules that we have to follow...
This shit, oh my god. This shit pissed me. Oh my god, bro. Like, bro, them restroom passes was so stupid. It was restroom passes, right? It didn't work. This doesn't work. It's teachers and the lawmakers think that this is gonna prevent students from skipping when it actually makes them skip more. Why? Because if you can barely use the restroom or you're limited, the moment you can use it, you're gonna dick around as much as you can because this is your only chance, my nigga. Bro, like at my school, you gotta there's this thing online, right? It's like a pass, right? You have to sign into that. You gotta actually sign in with your school email and to use, you know what I'm saying, all that to use the restroom. And guess what? If there's too many people in the hallway, it won't even work, my nigga. If there's too many people in the hallway, it just won't work. And you need to either hold it in and risk pissing yourself, right? Or you need to pray that you have a good enough teacher that they just let you go anyway. It's such a stupid rule.
In school, this one might actually take the cake. Personal telecommunication devices may not be used at any time during the school day. This includes classrooms, passing periods, restrooms.
Classrooms, I understand. Passing periods and restrooms, lunch doesn't make sense. You can't use your phones during the classroom. Okay, that makes sense because teachers are teaching, right? You have work to do. But lunch doesn't make sense. We're just talking and having fun. I just don't understand.
Rooms at lunch or in any other common areas on campus. Basically, get ready to bring your PSPs, 3DSs, Game Boys, and of course your game.coms to school. Bro, what is that? My mom teaches high school and she was telling me the other day how she supported the ban, saying that phones are a distraction. I was like, Mom, banning phones isn't gonna magically make students start paying attention. Kids who don't want to pay attention are...
Yeah, my way of thinking is, if the kid wants to, this is high school, right? This is high school. If kids are gonna, these are juniors, sophomores. At my school, there's only sophomores, juniors, and seniors, right? If the seniors want to, you know what I'm saying, if the kids want to focus, they're gonna focus, right? They're gonna be like, all right, I can't have my phone anymore, all right, let me lock in. But the kids who have that mindset were already somewhat focused. They weren't on their phones all the time. They were already doing the work. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna you just ban phones. Well, now this kid's probably either A, gonna be on his phone anyways, or he's just gonna skip and not do the work. It doesn't magically make students want to pay attention, right? I see the purpose in it, but it's not gonna magically fix somebody's grade. You feel me? The person needs to actually desire an education.
Always going to find ways to distract themselves. You know how I know that? Because I was one of those kids. Back when I was in middle school in the ancient year of 2018, my school instituted a phone ban because the students in my school were scoring the lowest of any middle school in the district on average. Yeah, it was pretty ghetto. But the administrators thought if we ban phones, they'll have nothing left to do but pay attention in their classes. Now, back in middle school, I never paid attention in class. Not because I was a bad student, but because I was one of the few good students in my grade, but the material was so boring and stuff that I already knew that I'd rather be playing jetpack.
That's what I'm saying, bro. In some of these classes, right? It's I know all the stuff, so I'm not even that's the exact opposite, right? It's I've had classes where I knew so much of the info, what the teacher was seeing. This is A plus US history. I basically knew all of that. Money, financial, money matters. I basically knew all this stuff, save, invest, don't be spending money, makeup. I basically knew all of it that I was not hella incentivized to want to learn because I already know this stuff. So what happens is like when the teacher's teaching, right, and especially if I've already done the worksheet, I'm gonna just be on my phone because I've done all my homework, right?
Ride on my phone or sending dog filter Snapchats to my friends, then relearn the Pythagorean theorem for the 40th time. But after the phone ban came, no more jetpack joyride, no more dog
I just bring books to school, bro, or you can bring your personal laptop.
filters. I had to sit in class as my teacher droned on in the front. Have you ever gotten so genuinely bored that you start tearing up? That happened to me multiple times after the ban, listening to these mundane concepts that I already knew. And the dumbest part is, all of the bad students didn't magically start paying attention and getting A's. They just became more disruptive in class and started acting out more because they didn't have their phone to keep them occupied. It was literally
It's like addiction.
a loss for everyone. Luckily, once I got to high school, I was free from that stupidity, but this year, it's back for everyone. I was at the gym the other day talking to a guy who goes to the high school I graduated from about the phone ban, and he was telling me that it sucks. He says that school is way more boring and isolating now because he can't communicate with his friends unless they're literally in the same vicinity of him. Also, everyone just goes to their cars during lunch so they can finally go on their phones.
Yeah, and people are just like, my way of thinking when they introduce this phone bill is like, it's not gonna magically make everything better, right? If the niggas are addicted to TikTok, guess what? They're just gonna go in the bathroom and still do TikTok. In the same way that if vapes are illegal at school and yet niggas still vape. Like, it's not gonna magically fix the problem, bro. It's not gonna magically fix it. Oh, well, they're gonna be distracted. Well, guess what? The kids who don't want to learn, aka the reason you made this law, are still gonna find ways to dick around in class.
Is that really better than the way that it was before? I mean, I don't disagree that phones can be distracting in school.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, phones can definitely be distracting, right? I'm not saying that like, oh, phones can't be distracting, or oh yeah, everybody needs a phone. Like, I would recommend you not be on your phone. Like, even when I was allowed to use my phone, I would just be like, I'm not gonna be on my phone during class. Because I'm trying to learn this material, I'm trying to get work done, Like, I'm trying to really work, right? The only time I'd be on my phone in school frequently was either A, I was doing all my work, or B, I'm at lunch or some shit. But I do believe that this ban is it's not gonna, like, just magically fix the whole system.
But I think outright banning them from campus doesn't fix anything for students or teachers. Banning phones makes almost as little sense as super soaker attack drills, if you catch my drift. First off, the fact that these even exist is insane to me. Super soaker attacks have gotten so prevalent in school that we literally need a drill for it, yet lawmakers think banning phones is a bigger priority.
Yeah, phone. Oh yeah, phones. Phones are nigga. Kids are dying. I have to go to high school with I have to go to high school and like constantly be on guard. For if a nigga, like, bro, I'm in classroom looking at potential escape routes, my nigga. Like, okay, if the shooter, if it's not a drill, I'm gonna take this chair and I'm gonna throw it at the window and I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna run 40 yards. I'm gonna hit a lot. Like, bro, I'm dead ass having to draft up whole escape plans to make sure that I don't get caught in the crossfire. Like, there is a bigger fish to fry than niggas being on their phones and A push. There's a bigger fish to fry than that.
But the drills themselves are literally the dumbest thing I've ever
like,
heard.
If I have to hide in this class, oh, I'm breaking the window. I'm dead ass breaking. Like, I'm breaking the window with like a chair, like a rock. Like, I'm throwing some at that bitch full force. I'm jumping out that bitch and I'm going, bro. Like, I'm not about to stay in here, bro.
My life. Oh, someone has a super soaker on campus. Let's all hide in the same corner of the classroom. That way, when they burst through the door, we can make it easy for them. Listen, I'm not telling you what to do, but if someone brought a super soaker to campus when I was in school,
nigga, I'm gone. Nigga, the fuck, like, bro, I'm dead ass, bro. If I'm in the hallway, bro, I'm Ray Lewis and niggas, bro. Nigga try to drop my shoulder right into hit, bro. I'm running, bro. I'm going full speed. Same thing with fire drills. I'm not about to spend a minute in the school, you know, lining up, No, bro, I'm out. If the fire really, if some shit was really going down, nigga, I'm gone, bro. I'm gone.
I am booking it off campus as quickly as possible, preferably with 2 or 3 of my homies. That way we have a fighting chance if we run into the guy. I am not sticking around in a campus being target practice in the corner of a room. The weird thing is, the longer I was in school, the more I felt like a super soaker attack was a real possibility. Like my senior year, it got to the point where I was like, okay, just gotta make it to October.
Oh yeah, like there's been multiple instances where there was threats of a super, you know what I'm saying, an SS. You know what I'm saying? There's been multiple instances where that was a possibility. It was at my middle school, right? There's this one dude, man. They said, oh yeah, at the last day of school, it was like the 7th grade, I believe. They said, oh yeah, he gonna bring, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third to school, and you know what I'm saying, do this. That was a real possibility, bro. No bullshit.
Okay, now it's October, just make it to January. Okay, now that's January, like please let me just make it to March. And eventually it was just, okay, please let me make it to the end of graduation and I'm free. And even at the graduation ceremony, I was looking around like, please God, let me survive this. I want to make out with at least one girl in a college dorm before I die. And I survived, and proceeded to make out with a girl in a college dorm, so... appreciate that, G. But yeah, the drills, they gotta go. They're clearly there to give off the illusion of safety.
Like, nigga, if a school shooter, nigga, I'm hiding behind the door, he opened that bit, nigga, uppercut Ryan, like, bro, I'm not about to motherfucking sit in the corner and make it easy for the nigga, bro. And secondly, the nigga who's in the school and doing the shooting is most likely the nigga in the school. It's most likely a student. So we making it easy, bro. The nigga, we drafting up plays, we dropping up game plan. The nigga in the classroom knowing the whole game plan, all that, like, bro, it's pointless.
Without accomplishing anything, just like wearing ID badges. They started enforcing this sometime when I was in high school, and it literally might be the most useless thing.
Shit ugly, bro, like, they be fucking up my... I'm mad because I gotta wear this shit and it fucks up my fit, bro. Like, you know how many cold ass fits I be putting on? I gotta wear this ugly ass ID badge, bro. And that shit big too. It's like, it be hanging out like, it be hanging around like, bro, that shit, yeah, bro. And there's also been times where I've almost gotten late and I had to pay real money, like $5 to get my badge, bro. Like, oh, like that shit. I deadass think a part of this was to finesse niggas, bro. You gotta wear your badge, and if you don't, you gotta pay $5. Nigga, at my school, if you lose your badge and like your second badge, you gotta pay them niggas $15. 15, nigga, that is a whole, like, bro, that's like a bro, you could get so much, that's like a baker's dozen at like a donut shop, my nigga. Bro, an ID badge, like, you tweaking, you bugging.
We were ever forced to do. Teachers were like, we need to identify everyone on campus in case of an event of danger.
Yeah, they say that, right? They say you gotta, I gotta identify all the students, this, you gotta make sure you know. But yet, I still can't wear my hoodie. Like, if they see a hoodie, take that off. No hoodies. Nigga, that's what the badge is for, gang. Like, bro, if I can't wear my hoodie, right? If I can't have my hoodie up, oh, you can't have your hoodie, safety reasons, then what is the point of the badge? The point of the badge is so you can recognize me. There's no point. There is 0 point in me having this badge if I still can't wear a hoodie. Like, it's stupid.
And it's like, bitch, what is an ID gonna do to stop anything? The only thing wearing IDs accomplished was ruining every fit you wore and being hella itchy around.
That weak ass, like, bro, this is a hard ass, this is a little cool fit. These is like, this fit, these is cool fits. You gotta wear this ugly ass orange. Like, at least I got the all black shit. At least my ID is like black, like the lanyard is black. So I can kind of swag it out, you know, you can put it in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? If you got like a jacket, you can tuck it in the jacket to, you know what I'm saying, you know, how to hide it. Nigga, what the actual hell were they thinking making it? Like, hey, at least make it black, bro. At least make it black. At least my school is kind enough to make it like, oh, you can choose it. You can choose the color of it. They got like 3 colors. You know what I'm saying? I chose black. You can at least swag it out, but bro, you can't swag this out, bro.
Around your neck. Plus, whatever printer they used to make our IDs was the most incompetent piece of technology ever, because everyone who had brown skin just turned out orange, and I was out here getting roasted by my friends cause this racist broken ass machine. I can't think of a single legitimate argument for enforcing IDs other than giving students a tool to cut up their Kool-Aid with whenever they snort it. Being forced to wear IDs annoyed me a little bit, but it was nothing compared.
Yeah, IDs, like, I know I was going crazy, like, but like, to be fair, I mean, it's not like, you get used to it, right? I mean, you just put on your neck, you know, you might put it in your pocket. it's very easy to keep up with your ID now. Like, it's very easy. Like, all right, I'm gonna just put it on, go about my business. Like, it's very, and I do see, like, I genuinely see the reasoning behind IDs. Like, I can at least see the reasoning behind it. Phones, I can kind of see the reasoning, like, oh, students are distracted, even though I disagree with it. IDs, I can see the rationale and like, oh, well, we gotta make sure if you have an ID on, you actually go here, and you know what I'm saying, you're not just an intruder, Like, okay, I can see that. I can see the rationale. Even though I don't like having to wear an ID, I can see the rationale. But what rules you about to say next?
To taking final exams.
Oh my fuck, yo.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it. Just
Hold on. Final exams gotta be the dumbest. So you tell me I gotta go through all these years, do all these projects, and then at the end of the year, I gotta take everything I know and just spill it on a piece of paper. Like, the reason I don't, like, I get what they're trying to do, like, oh, you need to make sure you know everything. You gotta make sure you know everything, But, like, that means, number one, I gotta keep all my notes for the whole year, which makes a lot of clutter, right? Because teachers, they be handing out hella assignments, assignment. If you in A-Push, if you in, like, any AP or honors classes, you know that they just be giving out work. They just be giving out so much work, and a lot of it is just busy work. So, you know, you just doing your busy work. Now you gotta keep it so you can use it on the, like, it's so dumb, my nigga.
I'm in university now, and final exams make sense for college courses because the entire course is based around like 3 exams. But back in high school, it felt like it was just this AIDS monster that was hanging over you the entire semester. Like, I would do so much work on the in-class assignments, homework, quizzes, tests throughout the semester, but then 20% of my grade would be the final exam. So if you bombed that test, your grade
is going down. Like, college, at least in college, you picking your own classes, my nigga. And you probably don't even got a lot of classes. You probably got like 3 or something. My nigga, in high school, you have like twice that amount. You have twice that amount. You got twice of that, my nigga. And they want you to do all the busy work and then also do the, like, I just don't understand it.
Grade could go from a 97 to an 85 real quick. The worst was in classes like history and psychology that were all memorizing terms and dates, cause whenever we took the unit tests, I would spend the entire night before cramming, memorizing as many terms as possible, take the test, and then forget everything immediately, because that's how those tests are set up. They're not tests.
They're not like those tests. It's like, a lot of testing is just, I'm gonna get my info for this and I'm gonna forget it. Nigga, I passed geometry like a 90 something. I don't remember anything about geometry because it wouldn't help. Learning about geometry was not gonna help me in algebra 2. Like, that shit did not help. I learned it, then immediately forgot it because I didn't need it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Of understanding, their tests of memorization. So by the time the final exams came around, I would essentially have to relearn everything by myself in the days leading up to it. Crash Course History came in clutch more times than I can remember. The worst part
shout out Crash Course, shout out Chemistry Math Tutor, shout out Heimler, all them niggas, man.
Is final exams are a district policy, because I had a friend who lived the city over and he didn't have to do any final exams throughout high school at all. All y'all from Frisco, Texas, first off, some of you are actual degens, I'm not gonna lie. And second off, you don't realize how lucky you were that you didn't have to do final exams in high school. That was just a looming pressure that was constantly there in the back of my mind. The only time I didn't take final exams was second semester of my senior year, because there was this policy where any senior who had above an 85 in an AP class was exempt from taking the exam. But it's not like we could go home or hang out with our friends. Everyone who was exempt from the exam had to sit in the gym during the time period that they—
No, I'm going home. I don't care. Bro, if that's the rule, I'm just not gonna show up that day. You want me, instead of going home and chilling and working on, you know, other work, you want me to sit in a gym for 4 hours. And you probably can't talk because, like, they're testing. Nah, I'm good, gang. I'm good. I'ma just skip. Respectfully, I'ma just skip. I ain't gonna lie.
they would be taking the exam, which made literally no sense. But on the last day of school during my senior year, when they finally let us out of the gym, me and my friends and some other students all went to Krispy Kreme because they had this special where they were giving out a free dozen donuts to every graduating student. Shout out to Krispy Kreme for that. That's a big G move. So we all went to Krispy Kreme and the workers were handing out donuts to all of us, and then one of the kids in our group, and for some reason I will always remember this, he walks up to the counter and says, "Don't you want to check my ID to make sure that I'm actually graduating?" And then he pulls out his school ID and shows it to the worker without them even asking. Something about that really ticked me off, and for whatever reason I still frequently think about it. Anyways, those were some annoying school rules that I had to follow. I'm sure your schools have some really
Yeah, them school rules, bro, they be doing too much. Like, why, if I'm not, let's say it's a test day, right? If I don't have to take the test, I'm not showing up. And I'm not talking like a regular, I'm talking like a 4-hour long test. I'm gonna just not, cause like, bro, it's like, you gotta, like, they have this rule in my school, right? It's like, let's say it's like, I live in Texas, right? We got the STAR test. If I don't gotta take the STAR test, they're like, oh yeah, well, you know, you gotta take the STAR test, You take the STAR test, now you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You pull up, do attendance, and you leave, and then you come back, and you leave. Nigga, I'm just not showing up. I'm just gonna stay home. Cause what is the point? I'm gonna read the comments right quick. Texas resident here, the phone ban literally does nothing. Many students have bypassed the digital restrictions. Like, there's no point because niggas have their own laptops. Like, there is no point in the phone restriction from like that perspective because niggas can just bring their laptops to school. I've done it before. I've just brought my own laptop to school and then edited videos, played the game, like watched YouTube. Like, it doesn't do anything. No bathroom for the last, like, yeah, that's retarded. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They be wondering why niggas be breaking rules. And I'm not advocating for, like, anarchy and all that, but it's like, if you have the dumbest rules, I'm gonna bypass them, bro. A lot of schools ban shadowboxing because they think moving your head is too much. Like, I'm still gonna shadowbox, gang. You're not my, like, bro. There's rule in my school where there's style, like, bro. At my school, if there's more than like 50 some kids in the hallways, you can't go, which is stupid. It's dumb because I actually have to use the restroom. No phones, isolate victims. Like how are you gonna call? Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I think that if there was an actual attack in my school and I used my phone to call somebody, I don't think teachers give a fuck. Like, I genuinely think that teachers would just be like, alright, that is, oh, like, what's one thing if I'm teaching class, but if it's actually an emergency and I'm calling my phone, who cares? Like, nobody's gonna look at you sideways and be like, hey, give me your phone. Cause I'm gonna just be like, no. If I'm calling somebody cause I'm in an emergency and they're like, no, you can't use your phone, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm gonna use it anyways. Suck your mother. Like, I'm dead ass gonna do that. Like, I'm dead ass gonna do that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm dead ass gonna do that, bro. Yeah, like that makes sense. Like, you can use your phone during passing period. Like that, I agree with that. Like that's calm. Like, all right, you can use it when you're not doing nothing but in class. Like, that makes sense. That makes sense. But no phones at school at all is stupid to me. No, bro, I swear, they be like, this is not 1984, nigga. Let me have some freedom. But that being said, man, shout out Riley for this video. It's your boy Jay. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, and stay blessed. I'm out.